Hello, my name is Martyr, and this is the Indie Game of the Week, Pixel Piracy, and thank you for watching. Pixel Piracy is an RPG, strategy, sandbox, action, roguelike. There's a lot of freaking tags that you can insert right here. There's a crap ton. One of them is anime under the Steam's tags list. It's kind of insane, but the basic idea is you play a friggin' pirate, guys. You live the life of a pirate. It's freaking awesome. And I really like this game quite a bit, guys. It released on Steam July 2014, which of course means that I'm extremely late to the party. Which, yes, you know, sometimes you play a lot of games and one slips under the radar and you miss it. But, you know, give me a break. I got my hands on it recently and I've just enjoyed it so much. I actually beat the first difficulty of the game. It was developed by, and I'm going to butcher these guys' names, I apologize right now, Vitali Kirpu and Alexander Poysky. I apologize if I butchered your names. You made a cool game. I just suck at saying your names. And it was published by Quadro Delta and Relogic. You can go ahead and get Pixel Piracy on Steam for $9.99. It's also available on the Humble Bundle website, guys. Now, like I said, this game's been out for a while, and I just want to address something first. There's been like a lot of talk that the game's abandoned or whatever have you. I'm not going to talk about any of that crap. I'm going to talk about what's in the game, what I really like about the game. I really like all the features in this game. Is it a perfect game? No. No, you know, there's still some bugs left. You know, there's certain things that kind of make you scratch your head and go, huh? But otherwise, I think the game's very fun, it's very enjoyable, and it captures the spirit of being a pirate. So I'm gonna hit new game here. Actually, first I'm gonna hit options, and there is quite a bit of option controls. You have some sliders and blooms and depths and V-syncs and motion blurs, and there's also resolution control when you first boot the game up, and all that good kind of stuff. The game does not feature any kind of controller support, at least not as far as I'm aware of. It's mostly played completely with your keyboard and mouse, and that's fine. I mean, I don't really know how the game would work with a controller. I think it'd be kind of weird because there's a lot of things in this game. You can build ships, you're managing crew and pets and morale and just, oh my god, it gets nuts. As you can see right here, there is my first file, Captain Martyr in the world of pirates booty. That's right. That's kind of where the rogue factor kicks in. When you make a new world, each world is quote-unquote unique. To be honest, the rogue factor in this is a little bit, you know, weak, I will say. It just, a randomly generated world does not make your rogue game. I just think it's just random, basically. It's cool, though. It's not a big deal. So we're going to go ahead and create our new pirate here. We're going to call him Captain. Let's make a shout-out to Co-op. We're going to go with Captain Anus. Why not, right? And we'll go with the pirate world of YouTube. There we go. God knows there's enough pirates on YouTube. There's two modes to the game. I guess there's an arena mode and a campaign mode. I haven't really played with the arena mode too much, so I can't really comment on it. I'm not really sure what it does. Probably that is a shameful thing on my part. I've mostly played campaign mode where you're basically just trying to kill the 4 pirate lords. I think they basically give you an unlimited amount of time to do that. I think arena mode probably just lets you get involved in combat and things like that. And the way what I like about this is that when you do make a new game, it starts asking you questions, and it kind of starts formulating the world based around your questions. So, what do you think about YouTube? It's sickening, filled with pirates, monsters, and hardships. I'm pretty sure that's going to be my answer. Let's be honest here, that's what everybody thinks about YouTube. Fascinating and intriguing assortment of inhabitants roam the land. Close, kind of close to what YouTube sounds like. Unpleasant, a province filled with dire corners and unrelenting troubles. Is that what I think about YouTube? I'm gonna say it's just full of sickening, filled with pirates, monsters, and hardships. That is pretty much the closest thing to what YouTube sounds like. What is the most recent event that happened in the land? A great war tore the populace apart, a plague that killed many innocent people, or should be innocent. A very rare comet flyby brought along bad omens. We're gonna say a plague. How do you remember your father? Now, these questions are all affecting different things. Like, this one's going to affect what kind of starting, you know, equipment you're going to have. Excuse me, I burped there. You're going to have, like, a falcon blade. Or maybe you'll have, like, a pirate with you. Or some extra gold. I'm going to go ahead and say he was a lazy alcoholic known as Hork the Flatulent, which will give me an extra starting pirate. Morale and hunger settings. Now, this is where that survival aspect kicks in. Is that you need to keep your men, first off and foremost, well-fed and happy. basically. You need to give them money at all times. They're pirates, you know, they need to, you know, have a good time here. So I'm going to hit normal. So chances are that way I can have a mutiny and I can die a horrible death on camera. Knockback settings. We'll just go with normal. What is your gender? I am male. And then this is a really cool thing, guys. They allow you to completely change the look of your pirate, and basically from his jacket to his face. You can mess around with the color. I guess the color was eyes in that particular instance. And it's just all done with this really cute, adorable pixel graphics, guys. I'm not going to mess around with this too much, but there is quite a bit of, you know, options here for a pixel game. That's kind of adorable. I'm going to go with that cool red jacket I just saw. That one right there. Yeah. And then we'll go with like, let's go with a pink sash. I like the pink sash. That's it. He supports breast cancer awareness, guys. Captain Anus there. We're going to confirm. That's going to bring us into the game finally. I know it takes a while to get in there. I apologize for that. Your mission is to defeat the 4 legendary pirates. Peter Sunday, Godfrey Swartfarm. I'm terrible with names. And those guys, basically. Let's get into the game, gosh dang it. Now remember, the entire game has been randomly generated. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit like our space bar here, which is going to bring up the options menu, and we can hit the world map and we can actually start seeing what our world looks like. And all these little dots here kind of show you the world itself, where things are, how far the world stretches out. And these guys are the 4 pirate lords, which apparently one is a hop, skip, and a jump for me, which we might actually, just for kicks, because I didn't expect one to be that close to me, we might just go visit one before the end of the video. But before I get talking about all that good kind of stuff, guys, there's a lot of things to cover in this game. There's pets and crew and oh my god, so much stuff here. This is kind of how you view the game. There's towns, there's islands, as you can imagine. You can be visiting throughout the game here. We can check out our crew here. There's Captain Anus and Hork. So that I'm with my dad. Hork is the leader? Huh. And Captain Anus is a snooty. This pirate is very stuck up. Wait, I'm not stuck up. I'm Captain Anus. How did Hork end up being the captain? There's a couple of weird bugs in the game still. I don't know why it put Hork as the captain. So if he were to die, I guess I'd take over. Anyways, as you can see, I have a knife. And there's a whole lot of stats here and a lot of things to talk about, guys. TP basically is kind of like skill points, where you can basically learn skills like swimming or cooking or pretty awesome skills like super attacks and things like that. Treasure map reading or cannon fighting and all sort of, well, like cannon mastery, I should say, not cannon fighting, charging cannons at each other. That would just be ridiculous. But there's a whole lot of different things that you can do with TP. Of course, there's your level, your experience, your hit points, your hunger, your morale. As you can see, my men are pretty happy. I can pay them their salary. There's strength, vitality, intelligence, dex, agility, all different kinds of stats. This is where you can equip different kinds of items that you may find. And all sorts of stuff here, which I'm going to just go ahead. I will show you some of this stuff a little bit later. There's pets, which I really have to say, I play with the pets a little bit. I did find it slightly useless. I didn't understand the point of pets. You can have them, but all they really do is kind of die very quickly. I don't know really what the point of them is. It's just as an aesthetic thing. You can rebuild your ship. You can change the way, basically, grab things and change the way you want things to be basically on your ship. And it's really, pretty awesome the way you can design ships. There's lots of different kinds of pieces, which we'll check out in a little bit here. So we can basically, there's towns in the game that sell all sorts of things, like you can buy more crew. I'm going to tell my crewmen here to get to my ship. Here, go over here. I'm in here. We're right, okay. And you can hire more pirates, for instance. We can get Santos Stearns here. And each of them comes with their own different amounts of skills, and of course they all cost money to buy, and we need to feed them if we do get them. And it's just a sandbox game. It's really it starts off very, very slow, but as you get deeper into the game, it starts revealing more complexities, and you start getting upgrading your ship and all that stuff. You get more cooler weapons and guns and cannons and all sorts of stuff. Like, for instance, animal cages, which is how you capture pets. So you get a fishing rod, so you can start bringing in your own food instead of buying food from the docks. shovels so you can start going after buried treasure. There's a lot of cool piratey things here, is the best way to say it, guys. And you can also buy food here. Well, obviously, we're probably going to need to do that. We're going to just buy some food here, just to start. Because the hunger rating is going to be way different in this game. Like I said, there is lots of different skills that you can get in this game. There's sailing, toilet study. Yes, you will be taking massive shits on your ship for some reason or another. No pirate can think to stick his ass out the side of the ship and poop into the sea. They all just take a shit on the deck. I don't understand why. They just love taking a shit on the ship. I don't understand it. It's the weirdest thing in the world. But anyways, there's lots of skills that you can buy, lots of neat stuff. There's also random treasure and random stuff all over the place. So I guess, I mean, it does have that rogue factor. I shouldn't just completely, just cut off that entire rogue thing and that tag. I'm not sure if that's fair, because there's lots of random treasure and random events that can occur throughout the game. And it's somewhat, kind of FTL-like, where if you're out at sea, you'll never know what you could run into, what will be on that island. It could be natives, it could be lots of crazy stuff here. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get on this ship here, and I'm gonna go head to my suicide. I'm gonna head actually straight to one of the pirate lords and probably die horrific and horrible death. So we're gonna go to the world map here. The game's really, it takes a little bit of a learning curve, and I will say the game does a pretty good job of kind of, well, I'm sorry, I take that back. It doesn't necessarily do the best job of kind of telling you what's going on or what you need to do. It kind of just lets you kind of figure things out for yourself. There is like a help section. I forget where it's at though. There is the help section. And I would suggest reading this if you plan on playing this game, because the tutorial really does a good job of kind of explaining certain details on how everything works. But even then, there's certain things that you're just gonna have to figure out on your own or look up on Steam. It's not a big deal. The game's really fairly easy to pick up and play. It's just there's certain details that you kind of need to figure out first. So we're gonna sail to destination. We're gonna sail to the island of Sebastian's Branch, and hopefully get some treasure. Who knows what we'll find out there. As you can see on the top right, we have a little meter that's going up, a percentage that basically tells you how fast you're going, how long your trip is, and how long it's going to take to get there. Once you get to 100%, you're there. On the bottom left, we have Captain Inus's stats, his health, the hunger value of the entire crew, and the morale of the entire crew. So as you can see here, we got Tribal Dale here. We're going to go fight Tribal Dale here and try to kill him. And the way you control your crew, by the way, is very simplistic. You kind of have WASD to control your camera and move things around, and then you have your mouse buttons to actually issue commands to your crew, because you don't really control them. They kind of do things on their own. Like, for instance, the combat right now that's going on right here, I have no control over that. They're either going to win or die a horrible death. I'm going to back off the captain, though. Let Hork there take some damage. I think they're going to win, though. They're doing a pretty good job. Let's get on both the sides. Get on both the sides. There we go. Ah, that did not work at all. Okay, I'm pretty hurt. Let them go at it. They're fighting. They're fighting. Kill him! Kill that damn dirty tribal! Kill him, you fools! How hard is it to kill one stupid tribal? I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I lived. Holy crap, that was so close. So as a reward, we got a golden chest for killing that one tribal. There's different kinds of chests. There's some are better than others for sure. And then how you interact with the environment. Like I said, you don't control the pirates, but you do have like certain things that you can do. Like for instance, commands that you can issue. Like for instance, click, action, interact. So let's get interact with the chest. He's gonna open it. We got a bottle of rum, some grindstone, and some gold, which isn't necessarily the greatest thing in the world, but there's lots of things you can interact with. Like for instance, this tetra bush, which is right here, and we got some tobacco, as you can see here, and that basically helps morale while my guys are already hungry and angry at me, might I add. And once you collect items, there's lots of things that you can basically find, like from swords to ranged weapons. This one, for instance, restores your crew's morale. This grindstone allows you to upgrade weapons because you can upgrade your each kind of weapon, a ranged weapon or a melee weapon, enhance its damage, and there's a whole lot of freaking weapons in this game here. And apparently this bottle of rum restores a butt ton of morale. So let's look at Hork here. Hork is hungry and his morale is okay. So we're just going to go back to the ship. Jolly Roger. Jolly Roger. And I will say the aesthetic of the game is just freaking adorable. The game, just from the music to the way they sing. Yeah, they even have sea shanties in this game. Kind of a la, oh god, they're just taking massive shits on the deck of the ship. Stop taking poops on the ship, Anus. What is your problem, man? Who just shits on the deck of a ship like that? Anyways, the aesthetic of the game is fantastic. It really does a really good job of just feeling piratey. The music, everything is just really adorable and done with that pixel graphic. And the way they sing is just, it made me laugh openly the first time I started hearing them sing in the game. I'm going to head straight towards a legendary pirate, which means I will be dead. And I'm going to talk about ship HP because there is ship-on-ship combat, which is one of the areas that in the game that I feel is not necessarily the best thing it has going for it, because cannons kind of feel pointless. You don't really do that much damage. I hope it's something that they improve upon is the ship combat. So as you can see, legendary hostile encounter. What are we going to do, Captain? Engage them! Arr! Okay, as you can see, we're going to die. They're going to come to my ship, and they're going to slaughter us wholesale. I'm not even expecting much of a fight here. Yeah, we're dead. They're dead. We're dead. Yep, that's it. They just killed us. They just slaughtered us. Like, just cattle. But as you can see, these ships can get pretty massive here, guys. And pretty impressive looking. You can decorate with sails. And these guys didn't have cannons. Even though they have spots for cannons, they didn't have any cannons. And you can also see that there's large amounts of treasure that can show up on ships. From, like, 2 silver chests to 1 normal chest. It could have had a lot of different things going for it. I'm going to hit escape here. Hopefully that does not cancel the video. I mean, cancel the game altogether. Cool, because then I can load up my first game that I played. And I'll show you guys my ship, my crew, and all those kind of advanced things that you see deeper and later into the game. So as you can see here, for instance, I have a pretty expansive crew here. These are all of my pirates. I'm Captain Martyr. They're all happy fed and all that stuff because I have the game on a little bit more of an easier difficulty at this point. And you can see my character has all sorts of crazy ass stuff on him. Like he has really high stats and a flintlock pistol and a gusher sword that does a lot of damage and all sorts of crazy skills from sniper shot to treasure hunt to gun frenzy. And I've also trained my crew to do in different areas. Like for instance, this guy right here is my cleaning guy. He can also swim. He has this thing called a doctor aura, which is really useful because it heals pirates that are around him. Let's just pay my crew here. I have 4,815 gold. And, lots of cool things that you can do, customize your crew and have them do different things. So on the bottom, if you notice down here, so you can kind of assign your crew to different groups. So for instance, this guy is a cannoneer. So I assign him to be a gunner, not necessarily somebody who's going to be doing any kind of boarding. And then you can simply switch between that by, either clicking on this up here or, deselecting it, whatever have you. You can also press the numbers and that'll also deselect that. And then you can issue different commands to different members of the crew. There's also whole sorts of different things you can kind of upgrade your ship and decorate your ship. You can also change your flag, I do believe. Let me see here. Yes, you can edit your flag. That's kind of my basic flag. I just added the red to that part. There's lots of different ship parts, like I said, like wood walls and masts and just all sorts of crazy stuff here, guys. Plants. I didn't know we could have plants. We can have plants on the ship. Let's put a plant on the ship. Let's put a plant. Hey, let's put a plant right here. There we go. I got a plant. Sometimes pirates like a breath of fresh air and like plants. But as you can see, my ship is just really decorated. It has a lot of stuff going for it. I have several cannons. And it's just all really cool stuff. I have managed to also brutally murder all of the pirate lords in this particular version of the game. As you can see, 4 out of 4. With a couple of weird, there's just a couple of weird things about this game. Like, for instance, every time you assign pirates to your crew spots, it wipes it out every time you turn the game off. Every time you turn the game off, you lose all your renown. It does keep track of your progress, but there's just certain things that are just kind of weird. Like if you have one crew member that's fishing, let me just go ahead and take us towards the ship battle here. Let's go to... These pirates are really high level. I don't want to be fighting no high level pirates. What the hell, why not? My captain alone could probably kill all of them. There's a couple weird things, like if you're fishing, if your guy's fishing, but if there's practice swords on the ship, and you'll know what I mean later on if you play this game, you can't fish because he'll just ignore your commands. It's just, there's a couple of just weird tidbits about the game that just kind of are weird. Otherwise, though, the game is fantastical fun, guys. It's just really over the top. It's really a lot to enjoy, and I really got my money out of it. I at least played this for, I don't know, 20 hours or so. I mean, maybe last about, I'd say, 13 to 15 hours, I'd say. I'm not really 100% sure, to be exact. Go ahead and engage these pirates. As you can see here, on the above the command line, it says boarding phase in 25 seconds. That gives you exactly that amount of time to fire your cannons, which is what my crew is about to do here in a bit. They're firing at us. Ow! Crew, get below the deck. We're firing back. This is just the cannon part is just, wow, you guys are morons. Just, why are you all standing up there with the freaking fire back? Or don't, that works too. So they're all gonna head over here, try to kill my crew. I'm gonna tell my crew to get, oh, now you go beneath deck. What is your guys' problem, man? And they're gonna start fighting. I'm pretty sure we're gonna slaughter them because my crew is very highly advanced. Oh, one of them fell into the sea. That's okay, you can swim. You should be fine. I doubt any of my crew is going to die from this. You can check on your crew's status, basically. You can see their percentage of health. All of them are in the green still, so I'm not really all that much worried. Just kill them all! Kill them! Kill them! Shoot them in the face! Kill them, Captain Martyr! That's it. They're dead. Oh my god. The bloody murder. We're just getting lots of money and experience here. This is just what the late game, this is definitely late game, what it looks like right here, guys. What you'll be doing. And now they're going to start cleaning the ship of bodies, which is kind of hilarious. And, all that good kind of stuff. And then we're going to go over there and we're going to go plunder their ship. We got to kill the rest of the crew first, as you can imagine. But the game just has a couple weird bugs, guys. Just to wrap it up, the game has a couple weird bugs in it. Nothing that really prevents you from, making progress in the game. Nothing that ever stopped me from saying, getting deeper into the game and really enjoying my time with the game. There's just little weird things that kind of just hinder certain aspects like fishing or whatever have you. It gets a little weird. Sometimes also your pirates can ignore your commands, which can get a little frustrating. I will say that. I'm going to go over there and we're going to go, well, I really doubt they're going to have anything I need. But we'll go over there and, plunder their ship, their treasure chests here. As you can see, they also had some pet turtles. Who did not care that I slaughtered their masters, by the way. And we can see what random things they might have on their ship, guys. One of the cool things that the game does have is there is Steamy goodness in this game right now, guys. There's Steam cards, Steam achievements, all that good kind of stuff if you're into that. And from what I understand, the developer is gonna have something kind of like a secret up their sleeve, something they're gonna announce that's gonna kind of like breathe new life into the game. They've been very mum about it, trying to keep under wraps. To be honest with you, from the way it sounds to me, it sounds like an FTL Advanced Edition type of thing. It sounds like they're just going to revitalize all the content, change things up, and just kind of fix all the weird bugs and give you a whole bunch of new content. And that's going to be completely free. So, right here, I'm going to talk about the features in this game, though. It's a really fun, enjoyable game, guys. You will have a good time with Pixel Piracy. I did, I know for sure. Even though later on in the game it gets slightly repetitive, I still had a lot of fun with it. I still enjoyed it quite a bit, guys. As far as replay value goes, it's going to have a lot of replay value because you're going to want to play the higher difficulties, and the game gets really, really freaking hard on the higher difficulties. Managing your crew's hunger and their morale and all that good stuff. I definitely suggest you start off on easy, get a feel for the game, and then go up to those higher difficulties, guys. But yeah, you have those sandbox elements. Lots of elements to this game to enjoy, guys. Making a crew, living the life of a pirate, guys. I think you will enjoy it. So big thanks to the developer for a chance to check out this title. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe and share, guys, and I'll keep bringing you awesome indie games, guys. Till next time, play more indie games.